10th anniversary of the 2001 season, and the architect, the GM of that club, Pat Gillick, joins us right now. Pat, good to see you.
Dave, good to see you.
Congratulations on everything, and then further congratulations on going to the Hall of Fame in a few weeks.
Thank you. Nice lid you got there.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. We work at it.
He's proud of it.
Oh, yeah. Looks pretty good.
I appreciate that. We've been reliving 2001. We had Lou up here and Norm Charlton. From a front office perspective, what comes to mind? How many emotions and thoughts come to your mind when you think about that 01 season?
What comes to mind is really how trouble-free it was.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those magical seasons that you have, and we were talking downstairs with Lou, and you know, during the season,
there's Hamilton cutting it off. Ackley digging for two. He's in there with a double. But you're talking about the 01 ball club from your vantage point was reasonably stress-free.
It reasonably stress-free when you're working with Piniella. There's always a certain amount of stress because, which is great from the standpoint that he's never satisfied and we're never satisfied. We always want to improve. We want to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, it's not completely stress-free.
It's good to see the guys, though. It's good to. I thought the ceremony was outstanding, and the cohesion that you guys still have, and you guys have a lot of affection for each other, was a great accomplishment that you guys came up with in 01.
Yeah, they liked each other on the field, in the clubhouse, and away from the field. It was a good group, and you know, they got together and they enjoyed each other, and they enjoyed playing, and that's what it's all about, is enjoy playing and enjoy going to work, and I think they did that. Yeah. Well, it doesn't hurt that you win 116 games.
Not at all.
I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good atmosphere to walk into.
I thought it was interesting because you mentioned the 116. Nobody can expect to win that many games, of course. But what were your expectations leaving spring training that year? You had a number of changes on the club. You had to do some work with it, but it was a veteran club.
Yeah, you know, we'd lost Alex after the 2000 season, and we'd won 91 games in 2000, and I just hoped that we could get back to the playoffs. And the big thing that happened is that Booney stepped up. You know, look at Booney's numbers. He kind of filled in for A-Rod offensively, and then we got Ichiro, and Ichiro hit 350 that year and was Rookie of the Year. So that was an unexpected thing that happened to us. But really leaving spring training, not knowing what Ichiro was at that point, and if he'd adjust and be able to, you know, cope with Major League pitching here in the United States, we were just hoping to get back to the playoffs.
Here's what Ichiro did back in 2001, our Banner Bank building to the future as we take a step back. What were your expectations after you signed him? You paid the money, you bring Ichiro over here, and this is what he put up. But what did you expect coming in?
You know, really didn't know what to expect. I mean, we were relying really on Jim Colburn. He was our scout, and he knew Ichiro well. And, you know, he thought he'd be a tremendous leadoff hitter and a guy that would be a table setter. But we really didn't know what to expect, you know, coming here. Because really, if you look at it from a player standpoint, there's been 2 or 3 players from the Asian and the Pacific Rim movement. Matsui with Oakland did a good job. You got Ichiro, and there's not really a lot of players that have really made a big splash here. So we didn't know what to expect.
I've always wondered, and you're as good as anybody to ask this as far as GMs go, and you have, you know, 3 World Series under your belt and had to put together some other clubs. But I've always wondered, when you talk about Lou and your relationship and working with him and other managers for that matter, as a GM, do you try to put a club with what the manager wants, or do you have your own ideas on what you think the club should look like, and here, manager, here's your team, make it work?
No, I don't think that works at all. I think that you know, you have your manager and he has certain ideas and what type of player, and I don't think you try to force, you know, what your will is on the manager. I think you have to give the manager the type of team he likes. Like, for instance, Philadelphia, Charlie Manuel's used to, in Cleveland, bludgeon everybody to death. You have Kenny Lofton, you have Manny Ramirez, you have Jim Thome, you have Albert Bell. I mean, that's the type of style he likes to play. And we played that style for a while in Philadelphia when I was there, when Utley was hitting 30 home runs and we had, you know, Ryan Howard was hitting 40 or 50. That was just Charlie's style of play. Lou's style of play is speed, power, defense, and pitching. And so I don't think you can you sit down with your manager and ask him what type of club he has, and then you try to go work and try to put it together.
And really, if that's what Lou wanted and that's his style, that style fits to this ballpark too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. This is not a power park. I mean, if you look, and Mike, you're a tremendous power right-handed. You look at this park, and it's a tough park for right-handed hitters. The only part of this park that plays is right center. You hit the ball out of there. So consequently, it's a speed, defense, pitching type of ballpark. And that's the type.
Yeah. Not
guys with big swings, not guys with long swings. Guys with short swings that can hit balls in the gap. Those are the type of people you need in this ballpark right here.
Jamie Moore on your 01 club. He was here a few weeks ago when the Phillies were here. He's going to be, 49 years old next year, coming off the Tommy John surgery. He wants to play next year. Did somebody take a shot at him and sign him up for next year? What do you think?
Yeah, I talked to him tonight, and I think probably so. I mean, he's got a new arm. He's got a reconditioned motor. He's probably going to go another 5 years.
I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are going to the Hall of Fame and what you think about that. Are you nervous about it at all? Have you thought about what you're going to talk about? And I mean, what an honor.
Yeah, I got the speech done, and it's about 10 minutes and 30 seconds. I've been running through it. I was stunned when I got the call. I was honored, and you know, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not really nervous at all right now.
That's good.
I feel very, very content, and again, very honored that I got this opportunity.
The key thing, I like what you said. You've rehearsed a bunch already. You're ready to go. That's key.
Yep.
And you'll have some good butterflies. You'll have some good butterflies. That's good. But the fact that you've already run through it a bunch of times, that speaks well.
Yeah, my wife says 10:30 is about the best delivery, and I'm usually a little faster, a little 10:15, 10:20. She said so. Anyway, it's getting better every time.
Speaking of deliveries, when's the last time you had to crank that left arm up? That was a pretty good pitch you threw out today.
I told Wilson, I said down below before we came out, and I said, look, I got a little bit of tail off the corner, so be careful because you might have to go down. And so I said I throw about as hard as Moyer. So
good luck, Pat. Got it up there. Get there,
you
baby.
Turned it over a little bit.
Yeah. There's Moyer right there.
He appreciated that.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, it was a great evening, and you know what? I think the guys upstairs, we were talking after we came off the field. You could feel the passion from the fans in the park tonight.
Oh, yeah.
There was a good passion in there. There was a good connection with the players from 10 years ago, and I know the players, Edgar and Charlton and Olerud and Booney and those guys and Lou, you know, they really appreciate it.
It's an extraordinary group of guys.
Oh.
Extraordinary. Yeah. Pat, enjoy the Hall of Fame, the ceremony. We look forward to watching. We'll be here. We'll be cheering.
And I'll get one of those lids from you. All right.
Well, take care.
See
you, Michael.
Pat. Okay.
Take care.
Pat Gillick joining us. He was the Mariners GM back in 2001.